The treasure box hidden underneath the ocean. Chapter 1, I would call the vanishing treasure. And somewhere in there, this treasure was owned by baby ninjas. The ninjas heard and sing to their own category. The island box treasure was somewhat like a giant caterpillar. It was a caterpillar game for flowers. Every hour, something would happen to the point every treasure would get locked away somewhere underneath an ocean or an island, may I say. And on this island, I could hear like a vicious storm around. It kept multiplying wind, wear, sound, barriers, waves. And I thought to myself, where am I going on the Treasure Box Island for the National Geodon that everything I said happened to the treasure box would happen? It said it would go into the sands of the ocean and never be returned to be seen again until the end of my days. Now I knew somewhere in there, if I find this treasure box, maybe I can win my stuff back, maybe I couldn't. Maybe I had a time of my life. In there, I found this treasure that had a picture of like this little boy. He wasn't that tall. He was like maybe 3, 4 feet tall. He had a chemistry set and a formula that led to like this heaven in the underneath the ocean. And somewhere I seen that he wasn't quite the guy he used to be. He had lost pieces of some of the treasures of his soul. When I say soul, I meant the soul of the ocean. Rise and fell to him like he was a prince or a king of the ocean. I seen some days that he knew everything he had in the treasure box would be found one day. No matter what, when they found it, it wasn't full of like this pondering, like nagging vessel of illiterate concepts. It was more of a conglomerate of escapism underneath the ocean. Now, I knew to myself, underneath this ocean, you could find like all type hidden treasures again. His wasn't the only one. Somewhere in there they ended up teaming up together. He had a sidekick underneath the ocean. And this sidekick happened to be like his favorite kind of fish that he ate over the years. Well, it was in a treasure box. And it kept coming to pass that the more he ate more like raw foods, he would become the treasure box hidden in the ocean. The little boy just turned into the treasure box. And I thought, how many times must I tell you to run the water, run the bath water? And somewhere in there, I was like, let me see the bottom of them feetums. Let me see the bottom of them dumb feet. If they clean, they smart. If they black, you know what I'm saying? They just irregular. Right? And I was like, that don't make sense. If you got black feet, just mean you need to clean them. What I'm trying to say, you have a regular feet. And Reggie, boy, some days he has some black feet. And he cleaned them very well. So he found this treasure hidden in his feet. I said, turn back, go the other way. This journey is for fish. But he said if I go any further underneath the ocean, I would be the ocean someday. And he kept like fast forward to the point where the ocean it grew, but somewhere in there it didn't present like the coldest snow as normal. I was like, what way could I get back this treasure box? And it'd be frozen underneath the ocean as a little boy. It'd be like the frozen people in history. With the spears and sticks on the horses. They were half man, half horse angels and lions. So I went to my book of Zen of the ocean. And I was like, where could I go to see everything underneath the ocean? Now, this was a long, drawn out story, but it wasn't figured out yet. What he had to do in this story was become the treasure box as well as an orgasmic being of fish. Now, if he made it to the orgasmic beam of fish, his job was done. The treasure box was unlocked, and he didn't know it. And long there you had it. The kid that was locked as a treasure box underneath the ocean.